Hi guys, Y Campus Express is live here at UPSA again. We are at the West Wing Hall right now, and of course we are here for a program that is brought to you by BUDGiT Ghana, OXFAM in Ghana, and International BUDGiT Partnership, alright? Now it's a tax and legal clinic for student entrepreneurs. We are going to learn a lot today, alright? If you're a student entrepreneur and you're watching this is for you. So if you aren't here right now at the West Wing Hall at UPSA, then of course make sure you're watching this because it is very beneficial for you. And of course, if you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe right now, the little button over there, and keep watching YTV and tune into Y Campus Express every Saturday, all right? So we're gonna go in, learn a couple of things, and I might be teaching you how to be a better student entrepreneur later, so stay tuned. We have Adelaide Nunu with the International BUDGiT Partnership with us and one of the main sponsors of this event that we just had. So I quickly want to ask you, right? I mean, the turnout was amazing. This is a program that a lot of people have learned a lot. There are a lot of people who came here didn't know anything. I can confidently say some people didn't know anything about how GRA works. We've learned a lot today. I mean, when you were helping put this program together, what was your expectation?
Okay, so also thank you for interviewing me. I work with the International BUDGiT Partnership, and at International BUDGiT Partnership, all we are trying to do is really ensure that the budget works for people. And part of that is making sure people understand the different aspects of the budget. So there's the revenue side and there's the expenditure side. And this program is really focused on the revenue side, that is domestic revenue mobilization.
Okay.
So some of our expectations really was to try and get young people to fully understand, or maybe not even fully, to have a very good understanding of the revenue side of the budget. What are their tax obligations? What are some of the entitlements they have? What are some of the reliefs they can get as citizens? So that was really the goal of this program, get as many young people as possible. And we also understand that on the student campuses, there are a lot of students doing businesses. We may call them informal for now because of the level of registration at which they are at, or how they record their transactions and things like that. But then they do have businesses, and these are people that will transition into they make part of the economy. So they also need to understand what their tax obligations are, understand when, for example, if they are being overtaxed or if they are being undertaxed. These are all things that we all look at as IBP. The current project we are working on is a tax equity project, which basically means everybody should pay their fair share. So of course, for people to pay their fair share, they need to know what they are to pay.
I understand.
All right.
So, and it was actually good you had a lot of student leaders here, and you also had people like Sharkboy who are content creators. You had YFM also in attendance, so that at least we can push that message to the young people. I mean, when it comes to the budgets, and we had the budget reading recently,
yes,
a lot of people still aren't really attuned, or they haven't familiarized themselves with what was read, what is expected. I mean, at the end of the day, or at the end of what IBP is trying to do, what is basically your expectation when it comes to a successful job in terms of educating the young people? Because right now we are basically the lifeblood. We have a lot of income coming our way, but a lot of that does not come to the government because a lot of us do not know about tax revenue expectations and all that. What is the goal? What is the main aim that your body is trying to do, so that at the very end, or at the very least, you can get us all to be paying our taxes as responsible Ghanaians, and being honest with things like gift tax.
Yes.
That is very important.
Yeah, right. The gift tax was actually, I realized a lot of people, when they hear that,
they were surprised.
Oh, gift tax. Really, yeah. So for IBP, what we are trying to make sure is that everybody is paying their fair share. That's it. Student businesses may not be aware, as you said, so that's why they are not paying. So through this education program, we want to let them know at least apply the carrot before you apply the stick. You let them know that if you are supposed to contribute your fair share, and the amount you are supposed to contribute depends on a lot of things. Mind you, student businesses are also entitled to reliefs. That's a lot of things people don't understand.
Students don't even know we have reliefs.
They are entitled to relief. So the funny thing is, they're running away. They are running from GRA or from your local assembly. You may not even need to do that. Honestly, it's not going to cost that much for you to comply now, so that as your business grows,
you might benefit from it.
Yes, you might benefit from it, and you don't also have to be hiding in the shadows. You are allowed to expand in the lights. So really what we are trying to do is make sure that student businesses are very compliant, students as individuals who are also very compliant, so that in future, as their businesses expand, they are also able to come out in the light. Eventually, these businesses will employ more people, boost the economy, things along those lines. So we just want to make sure that they are also safe. Yes.
Okay, and a final question. I just want to know, with your decision to reach out to Shark Boy and other content creators, I mean, are you going to look forward to making sure that these content creators are the main people that can push the ideas to the younger people? If maybe they don't trust the older generation, maybe as their favorite content creator, you can give them the motivation to be an honest, tax-paying, law-abiding citizen.
That's actually a really good question. So I recently came back from Nigeria, and in the Abuja airport, they had this influencer. I think his name is Eniola or something like that. Good God, I hope I didn't massacre his name.
Let's hope.
Anyway, and he was actually doing. There was actually a poster of him doing an ad with their National Data Authority or something like that, right? Which clearly shows that there's space within even tax education for influencers to also push that message out there. And as IBP, well, most of our support does go to the CSOs, but then we also understand that when it comes to things like taxpayer education, they need to work with government. So GRA will be a key partner. The sub-national level, local level authorities are also a key partner, and we try and let them see that they can also partner with such institutions. Now, I think that the GRA is also very innovative and local level as well, so they will definitely at some point be able to pick up on some of these things, and of course that also is boosting their businesses as well. So I think their partnership is possible.
We are still here during the Tax and Legal Clinic, and I have with me
Courage Kobla Kumpe of Opportunity International.
All right, thank you, Mr. Courage. Quick one: the entire program, you were also a panelist. Be from the first session where we had the conversations, we asked questions, all the way down to the panel discussions that you were part of. What did you think of the entire program as a whole? What did you take from it? Learning experiences. What did you even not know before coming here? And what are you going to hope that you can use from everything that you learned today in your side, where you are?
Thank you very much.
Okay, sir.
So I think that the program has been very interactive. The first section where our GRA folks had to break down the requirements and the tax.
Most of the taxes were,
yes,
it shows we didn't know anything about it.
They had to break it down, and that was very informative. I believe that as youth and women, it is necessary for these conversations to keep going so that they can be well informed. From the finance section, there are certain requirements that interface. So when we put out the loan requirements, depending on the amount you are requesting, then there are certain tax obligations and requirements, registration that needs to be, legal requirements that you need to undergo. For instance, your business must be registered. Depending on the loan amount you want, you can take loans in your name and then as a registered person. However, for our youth startup, we are looking at young people who were gathered here. How best can we meet these young people who are just coming out of school or may have learned a trade and they need to set up? So our youth startup loan is to help empower these youth and women to be able to get a footing in the space of business so that they can also be able to earn a living.
Okay, so for those who will be watching YTV and of course on YouTube, make sure you subscribe, by the way. If they wanted to reach out to you, how would they be able to do so?
Okay,
and
so
if they wanted to take some of the opportunities that you're offering?
Yes, so Opportunity International serve the economically active poor, and we have 38 branches all across our nation. We've been in Ghana for 20 years. Last year we celebrated our 20th anniversary, and we have over 16 products. We have SME loans, we have group loans, we have individual loans for people who are into trade, manufacturing and service. We have our agric loans. We have loans for schools that we call school improvement loans, which we can use to set up your school infrastructure, computer lab, buy buses for your schools. We also have church loans, and we do a lot of agro loans as well. This is all to empower the youth, and our youth startup comes in to get these young ladies and gentlemen off the streets to see something, to identify a skill and a need in the society where they can partner with us to be able to meet that need. And we have concessionary interest rates for the product, and then they do not require any account turnovers to be able to access the loans.
I see. So again, thank you for speaking to us, and also thank you for being a part of this whole session so that you can at least inspire and educate us, especially when it comes to tax and the opportunities that your business gives us. Now, last one, this is just for the fun side of it. I mean, I think the whole session, the most interesting part was the gift tax.
Yeah.
I want to know your take on it, because it looks like a lot of people are actually surprised there's a gift tax, and a lot of people wouldn't want to even be involved in it.
The gift tax has been around for a long time.
I didn't know.
You recall there was one big man of God whose daughter received a certain gifts during her wedding, and they went after her. Then they said it was just a dummy. So this tax has been around for a long time,
but people are not aware.
It is very difficult to track it, and so I think the GRA will always have to continue engaging society, and it is the most tax that can be evaded. It's the most tax that can be evaded.
A lot of people are dodging it.
Yes, yes. There are other innovative ways to get the taxes, and because there are a lot of indirect taxes, it becomes difficult for somebody to walk to GRA and say that I received a gift.
I got a gift. A man bought me a phone.
But that is where we are looking at getting to. The law talks about honesty, and if Ghana in our national anthem we have honesty in there, we all should aim at getting to that place so that little drops of water from everybody, we can be able to make a mighty ocean to develop Ghana and to make Ghana a better place for us.
Thank you for talking to us, sir.
It's a pleasure.
I'm talking with Shark Boy. Shark Boy.
Yeah, Reggie.
You dog YFM.
Oh, I mean, YFM, people make busy. Me a day. You call me, you don't say anytime I'll come.
Yeah. But Charlie, today, interesting meeting you here. You were one of the panelists for the tax and legal clinic that happened at UPSA West Wing Hall. I mean, what was your general take of everything that happened?
I feel like today we learned a lot. Personally, I got to know things I didn't know. So I feel like this seminar has really been impactful, and I'm sure the people came around are going to apply. They are not going to sleep on it. Apply to their businesses and make it. So in general, it's a 10 over 10.
And
networked to and everything. That's
exactly.
one
The
of the
networking too was amazing.
very important. Yeah.
You being a part of this panel and you being introduced to the people that came here, most of the dignitaries that came here, them now knowing who Sharkboy is and wanting to even use your space. I mean, I saw the GRA people speaking to you.
Yeah.
I mean, how would you want to teach the people who are watching, who tune into Sharkboy's channel every time, so that they understand that one, Sharkboy is doing something that is generating revenue and it's also helping the economy by paying its tax, and how to also convince the people that actually things like gift tax day, and in as much as it is shock you, your mind for day, because it's important.
Yeah. So I learned one thing about taxes today. Me, I thought, okay, if they take the tax, they don't use it for anything. We don't see, they don't account for anything. But we told them that they should account for it so that we'll be paying them more. And I've realized that that's what they used to run the country. You understand? So please, if you are not paying your tax, make sure you pay your tax. They are all using it to run the country so that we'll all be comfortable in this country and not go abroad. So let's all be paying our taxes. Yeah.
And what do you want to say to the young people, especially who were here or who will even watch this on YTV when they subscribe and they'll see Sharkboy? Sharkboy has come as a face of maybe doing the right thing as a Ghanaian, even especially making sure that you are aware of your tax responsibilities.
Yeah. So I think what I'll tell them is you have to be innovative. Don't finish school and expect a company to employ you. If they don't employ, what are you doing? A lot of people are home, they've not been employed, and they are waiting for someone to employ them. I'm taking my letters around, I want a job. Can't you start your own job? Do you understand? You can start it. Just use the knowledge you've learned from this place. If you didn't come here to, that's why we have the internet, we have Google, we have YouTube. We have AI. I want to start my business. I want to go into agriculture. How do I start? AI will give you ideas. You don't have money to start it. How can you can look for a loan? There are several ways you can start your own business. Start something, network with the right people, learn on the job. I feel like they are going to make it. So we shouldn't rely on companies giving us jobs all the time. We can also start our own thing.
I see. Sharkboy, one final thing. This one is going to be the fun one.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. Always
because you actually one of the dignitaries asked you if you are stingy, and you said you are stingy for the right reasons.
Yeah.
So make I please you. As the gift tax came up, did you count the number of gifts you've had to give to some shorties somewhere or some shorties just to even get them to be a part of the segment? Did you count the number of gifts you've had to give, and then if you realize if they charge you the 15%, it'll be a lot?
They charge me the 15% with the gift. It won't be a lot.
Oh, okay.
It won't be a lot.
You don't give gifts like that?
I don't give gifts like that. Unless it is necessary. Or unless I see value in the person I won't just get that, hey baby, today is Valentine's Day. You hardly see me give gifts. If you see me giving someone a gift, that person did something special.
Our successful program, and we have Jennifer Moffat of BUDGiT Ghana with us. First things first, what did you think of the turn-up and also the engagement that we had today?
The turn-up was very good. I think almost everyone that registered showed up. I think on our registration form we had over 120 people registering, and based on the figures I got from the registration desk, we had more than 120 people registering and coming in. So it's a very, very good one for us.
And I wanted
the interactions too was very good. I think from the beginning with GRA all the way to the panel to all the other aspects, everything went very well. So that was great.
I wanted to ask real quick, when it comes to the theme of today, I mean, it's touching on gender and gender parity because of International Women's Month, and also on taxation, because as we learned today, a lot of people have very little knowledge of what GRA is doing and taxation in general. What was the expectation you were having after the program? What people would get from it, and do you think that you've managed to push that out there?
Yes. So I our idea for the program, not just for the Women's Day, but we're also looking at increasing revenue, domestic revenue mobilization. And that's because of the kind of work we do and the kind of some of the projects that we are running. So BUDGiT is into fiscal transparency. And we have a project in taxation, especially targeting the informal sector. And we are being funded by IBP on that project. So when the idea came up, we were looking at, if we say we are doing domestic revenue mobilization, and especially looking at the informal sector, most of the time we are already going to marketplaces and all those things with sweat. But one target group that people are overlooking are the students, who also have thriving businesses on campuses. And not just campuses, they're even selling to people outside, and we are creating content as well. So then the idea is that when all these things are happening, do they know some of the obligations that they have towards the government? And aside that, what are some of the exemptions that they can also gain? And I think today's the session was able to go through every one of them. And I think a lot of people ask a lot of questions as well. So I am very confident to say that they've been able to understand some of the things that they can get as young people and as business owners. And even the very field that there's a whole period where you don't even have to pay tax if you're a young person and you're in that field, like agriculture, it's a part of manufacturing and all that.
I see. Now, I just want to take a detour to ask you about BUDGiT Ghana. What exactly does BUDGiT Ghana involve itself in?
Okay, so we are a civil society organization, and we use technology to intercept societal change. So some of the things we do is also on fiscal transparency, health accountability. We do a little bit around natural resource governance, and then we have a whole platform that we call the Youth Participatory Forum. So the Youth Participatory Forum is like the youth wing of our activities, and we are on 4 campuses in Ghana right now. So we are in University of UPSA, we are in UG, we are in Gimpa, we are also in Wisconsin. Okay. And we are also expanding to KNUST this year, and then I think the Indum University in Central Region as well. And anyway, any of the other partners and schools that we may have people who are interested in knowing as young people that their voices matters in governance, and that they also have to also understand, like, this taxation thing that we did today is not also something new. It's something that we've been doing with our Youth Participatory Forum members as well. And they also come to the space. They have their own X spaces that they host, and then it's always around youth people talking about things that matters to them and why it should matter to them, and why government should also listen to them as well. So that's what we do. Aside that, we also have one of our flagship projects called Tracker. So Tracker is a public finance platform, and what it does is that it tracks public projects across Ghana. So our Tracker project is tracking whether it is abandoned projects, whether it is ongoing project, whether it's a project that has been stalled for a while, or it is starting, and what are some of the delays. So the essence of Tracker is also to create a community of active citizens who are part of the governance process, not just voting and going to sit down and sleep, but we are encouraging them through our town hall meetings, our community engagement, right? Teaching them how to write letters to their municipal assembly, write letters to their MP and all that, to demand the things that they need in their society.
I see. So I think I'll wrap it up by asking, with the student leaders that came here, with the influencers like Shark Boy and also YFM also coming through, what would you like to say to the young people? What would you want to steer their mindsets and their attention towards when it comes to these programs that you're going to be making in the future?
So as a young person, you owe it to yourself to be active. Don't just be on social media and you are like someone said you're only doing relationship things, but there's more to life than that. There's more. Your voice actually matters. And I was so happy about just our past elections on December 7th. Most of the turnout was because young people came out to vote. Young people. So motivated. Yes, they were motivated. And see that there's a lot of things that we did, right? So I know that when young people come together, we have so much energy, we have so much power, and there's more that we can account for. Even when Kali J held the before the budget was read, you can see the number of young people that were on that space. So technology is even giving us more avenues to be able to reach out and be able to talk about the things that matters to us. So what we are saying is that also watch out for BUDGiT Ghana and what we are doing, and we are saying that we are coming up with a lot of innovative programs. And for us in Ghana, because we are also very youthful, so most of our energy and things that we also programs that we come up with are also very geared towards the youth and also towards women.
Okay. So I have a gentleman who came through here to learn a lot. I just want you to introduce yourself to the camera.
Francis Ofosikobia is my name. I am a business owner and entrepreneur and also represent other companies. My organization is Green Care Africa. We are into climate change advocacy and agriculture. And I'm also the Investment and Development Director of International Humanity Chamber of Commerce and Industry. What we do is we empower youth and the young people who are trying to do something in Ghana. That's the more reason why I'm here. On the point of what I learned, I've learned so much, though the event is not over yet, but I've learned so much. What we have discussed this morning was about tax. There was an officer from the GRA who spoke very well on tax. But before I even tell the audience what I learned, I want to show my heartfelt appreciation to the organizer, that is BUDGiT Ghana, and the sponsors, because if they have not done that, we didn't have had that beautiful opportunity.
So
as a business,
that's BUDGiT Ghana.
BUDGiT Ghana is the
Ghana,
yes,
and then International Budget Partnership.
yes, they put this program together for the young people, including the students. This is what I learned. As a business owner, I'm a climate change advocate and a farmer. I'm going to do tree plantation, coconut plantation, a last one. One of the beautiful things I heard from the officer from the budget tax is that if you plant trees in Ghana as a project for the next 10 years, you will not pay any tax. And for my coconut, from 3 years, the coconut will start fruiting. So I'll be enjoying money to do other projects, community projects. It is 10 years that I'll start paying money. It's the first time I've heard that again. Another thing I learned is that a lot of people receive money as a gift. Churches, individuals, and mostly NGOs and civil society organizations, most of them receive dollars, millions of dollars in the country. Sometimes you see that they are small projects they do, and all these monies get lost. For example, if you go to the northern regions, a lot of millions of cedis, if not dollars, have been spent there. But you go there, you find out that all the money that are being spent there, you will not see it practically how it's affecting the people.
I have a very big personality from my alma mater right here. I'll let you introduce yourself.
My name is Baong Papua Lute, the immediate past Chief Justice of UDMAC IJ.
Nice. So I'm going to ask you one serious question, then later I'll ask you another one. Now, I want to know your general reaction, what you learned from everything that we just had from the first session of the program.
Yeah. Okay, so the main reason why I was here was that I and a few friends have this little initiative that we are running called Skills Hub Connect, where we connect youth and mostly tertiary students to the right events, networking sessions, stuff like that, so that they can improve upon themselves and learn more and network. So what I learned mainly was that there are a few tax exemptions, some for students, some for business people. The main one I learned was that if you plant trees, especially coconut trees, there are a certain amount of them that when you plant, you are exempted from tax for 10 years. That was shocking. I also learned that even as churches are categorically exempted from paying taxes, if a church or a pastor engages in business, i.e. selling of anointing oil and things like that, they are supposed to pay tax. So that was crazy. That was a great discovery for me.
Okay. Now let me ask you a very funny question. I actually asked about the gift tax. So you personally, what is the highest amount you had to pay for a gift? And if GRA came to ask you for that 15%, would you be able to pay?
I don't think this is the right place for me to review such.
So we'll dodge it. So let's dodge it. But the 15%, could you?
I probably couldn't.
I understand. And we also have another person from Unimark IG here. Just introduce yourself to the camera.
Hi, my name is Yasmin Rafas, the former SRC Vice President of the Institute.
Okay. Currently Radio JIJ?
Yeah, I'm also a show host on Radio JIJ and at Level 406.
Okay, which show?
I host EcoLent, where we talk about sustainability, SDG goals, anything climate, anything sustainability, anything promoting the youth. Yeah.
I think I'll be coming through one of these days. But quick one. All right. But quick one. I wanted to know what you learned from the conversations that we had during the first session.
Okay. So during the first session, one interesting thing I found out about was the fact that we pay communication tax. It blew my mind because so that means that when you purchase your data, when you purchase your airtime or your bundle, a percentage is going out to tax. So that means that we could say that the reason why it's not enough for us is because the government is also taking some of our data bundles away. But it was eye-opening to know that the various percentages that comes with the taxes that we are supposed to pay, and the fact that some people are exempted from paying tax for a certain number of years. And I feel like more of these engagements should be organized to be able to educate the youth about it, because a lot of people are going about their duties and they don't really know what taxes they are supposed to pay. They know they are supposed to pay tax, but they don't know what exactly or the process to go through. So I think it's important that these engagements are being organized to educate the youth more about it. Yeah.
And I have two funny questions for you, right?
Okay.
First one, if you were to quantify the amount of gifts that you've received and then take the 15% that you're supposed to give, would you be able to pay?
No, I'll not even pay. I said I will not pay.
Can you quantify it? Can you tell us how much?
No, say AI coins.
And can you also quantify the amount that you probably use for the communication tax? Like if
that's insane, because like about a week, if you are someone who buys data for about a week 50 cedis, and in a month you are spending over 200 cedis times the number of months
so
in the
let's
year.
simplify it. The guys who text you just to ask you out or to try and
They should tax them. They should tax them and they should leave me alone.
But how much, if you should quantify it, would it be a lot?
Yeah, we spend a lot of money on data.
Talking about the those gentlemen.
Well, we are fasting, so you're not supposed to air out certain stuff.
Okay, but let me let you finish on the communication tax one.
Okay, yeah, so I think basically it means that for some of the things that we communicate about, like taxes, or I think maybe taxes could be an influence on the reason why data and airtime is quite expensive in the country, and people don't really know that's the reason. So I think that more communication should be put inside for people to know where their monies are going to. And I feel like generally the attitudes of people or citizens towards taxes just because we don't see the end results. If people are seeing what the taxes are being made for or used for, I wouldn't have any issue paying taxes. Like paying for a service, if you see the service being executed as you want it, you wouldn't find issues paying any amount of money if you know the services are going to be provided as you want it. So I think the government has a long way of doing what they claim or they want to do with the tax, and let the taxpayers see it before we'll be more comfortable with paying more taxes. Yeah, but they give tax me, I'll not pay.
Wow, wow.
I won't. I won't.
Wow, on camera
It's an
too.
offering.
On camera too.
It's an they said the churches, they don't tax. They don't tax their offering because it's towards the doing of the Lord.
I see.
I don't receive gifts. I receive offerings. God has passed through individuals to bestow upon me. So you can't come and tax my offering, please. Thank you.
Right, so I want to say a big thank you to International Budget Partnership, of course, OXFAM in Ghana and BUDGiT Ghana. They have made the tax and legal clinic for student entrepreneurs possible. They have also invited YFM and Y Campus Express here to cover it, learn a lot of things when it comes to taxation, and making sure that you learn to be responsible taxpayers in the future, right? So this has been the Ace on the mic, the Ace on the airways, Mr. Reggie Reg. I'll see you on YFM. I'll see you listening to YFM, and subscribe button down there. Subscribe to YTV, subscribe to YFM, and keep listening.
YTV, yearn for more.